have the cleanup of unsorted items, we might want to be able to, the whole key of unsorted items that makes it tricky is the fact that if you add an item, let's say ABC, we want to be able to say delete B, not just the second item in the list. So that's what we're going to do now. So we're going to first create a function that adds an item. So we're just going to say add to do, because I believe these are to do items. We're going to put here unsorted list. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's do a simple recording where we add an item. Let's say it's a to do. So let's say clean the dishes. Okay, cool. Now we want to make sure that this is a parameter. So we're going to do it the other way. Okay, we're going to start by saying, okay, we're going to use the JSON editor. No, we're going to use the key value editor now, and we're going to define a new item here, which is name, and we put here clean the dishes. Okay, now if we go into this to do under the value, which of course I can set this manually, but I can also go back into JavaScript mode and put parameter, and I will use the autocomplete, and then it will autocomplete and suggest the name for me. Okay, so let's make sure to clean this up, no pun intended, and then play it and make sure that we have a test case that adds something based on a parameter. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to copy this parameter. So I'm going to go into parameter and I go into JSON mode, and I basically say, okay, but on my delete, I also want to have the same parameter. So I just copy it. I go to list and I say delete to do. Okay. Now, very easily, I can paste the parameter and then I can record. And what I want to do is I want to hit this delete and I want to make sure that it's for the clean the dishes item. Okay, so we're going to do that now, and we're going to see what happens. So what if we look now into the element path, we will see that the only thing it does is contains unsorted list title delete. So the problem is here, if I do this, whatever I add here, and I double click this delete, it's going to delete whatever it finds. Okay, that's not what we want. We want it to specifically delete clean the dishes. Okay, so what we're going to need to do now is we're going to need to use the DOM picker. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm hitting here and I see that the delete is highlighted, so that's correct. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit the edit DOM picker, so we get this pretty complex thing. But what we want to try to find is the wording clean the dishes. So let's open this tree up. Okay, do you see now that in the surrounding div we have the wording clean the dishes? So we want to highlight that. We see now that now it's green. It says it's uniquely green, means that it finds a unique index, that this is uniquely identifying this item. So I think we're good here. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and see if we have two items like test and test2. We're going to make sure that it hits clean the dishes. So I'm going to go here now. Do you see how clean the dishes is highlighted? And now if I double click this, it deletes the clean the dishes, but it shouldn't delete the other ones. It's going to tell me, I don't find this item. Do you want to repair the element path? And this is one of the keys of using human language selectors, is that you can do very, very powerful things with data. And what we're going to do now, we're going to take a look at what happens when we have tons of items and you want to add a couple of items and then remove them again. And that's the next step.